Okay, so now we're going to do the side seams. You're gonna make two different side seams. One is curved and the other one who is a straight. So we're gonna start first with a straight. This basically is going to be like any other French seam. So we're gonna work on that. In your example, you will see that the sample itself, it will have notches here. It's two notches, so you have two matches of this. And then you have the bottom part will have one notch here, so you have to match them. So it's basically a French seam with a top stitch. So that is what we're going to try to do. Here, I'm gonna try to do that. So the way you start, this is wrong here. Supposed to have wrong sides together. Basically, this now is my wrong side. Wrong sides together. Okay, supposed to be like this. So we're gonna sew in this to 0.5 centimeter or just shy under a quarter. We're gonna put it together, notches together, and we're going to start sewing this. Now that you started, make sure that you have the notches put together and make it even. So put your hands here and just sew straight. I'm using the foot as my guidance. This is the 1/16 foot, the uneven one. So once that you have this sewing together like this, if it is too big, you're gonna use a scissor and you're going to reduce the space to half. So you're going to reduce a little bit your seam allowance under half. Oh, what is this? So like 1/8. That's around what you want to do, because we're going to press in this to make it nice and even, and then after we do that, we're going to top stitch the area. So we're going to cut it. So it should be ended up something like this. Okay, so after we're sewing this wrong sides together, which is here, which is right side up. Now we flip it over and we iron the area, basically wrong sides out. We iron this to the way that both sides look even and the edges here, and that's what we're looking for. We iron the whole sides. So these could be your whole side on the shirt or any area. So you're gonna press it nicely, they look even. So you have the garment basically wrong side out. The inside is gonna be all the way out. It will look like this. So now that you have this way, we're going to sew in this to 1 centimeter first. So in our machines, 1 centimeter is going to be the first line after the number 1. The first line is here. So we're gonna sew in all this to that, which is 1 centimeter. I'm gonna making sure that you sew in this precisely to 1 centimeter. Cannot be bigger and cannot be smaller. It must be 1 centimeter. Okay. When you have the 1 centimeter done this way, you need to know which side is your back and which side is your front. So what we're going to do, let's say that this is my front and this is the back, right? So what we want is that the front side be soft like this, and in the back it will be a top stitch here. So that is what we're going to do. But the way we do this, we're going to do it from the wrong size. So we're going to put it like this. We're going to put like this, press into the back, basically. You're going to push the 1 centimeter to the back and top stitch basically in the edge. That's the reason I'm using this foot, because this foot is uneven. So it really have a separation and help me to use this part here as my guidance for do the top stitch. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to use the foot a little bit to hold it down at the beginning, but then immediately release, and I ended up using basically this area of the foot as my guidance, so I can top stitch all these down exactly in the edge. The way you handle the fabric is you put one hand here and one hand here and basically pull a little bit like this, so that way this piece, it can be fold down or press down to the back. Okay, so we're gonna do this really quick. You're always going to stop a little bit and do it in order to making sure that is that way. I'm gonna do it like this. It will take it a while. In the end, this is the way you're going to be finished. This is the inside. This is the way it should be looking inside. You see the top stitch. You should be able to see 2 stitch line perfectly aligned and around the same distance. And from the outside, this is the way you should be able to look at. So this is the front, this is the back. So the front, it should be have only the full of the fabric being sewn together, but the back normally it will have this extra stitch here, where is the 1 centimeter being attached to the back, as I say. Should be looking this way. So you're going to repeat this first with a straight one, and then you're going to do this with a curve practice.